Welcome to I'm Too Busy, an interview-based show hosted by a talented makeup artist, Christina Flack. Christina offers viewers a unique blend of personal stories, inspiring journeys, and practical beauty tips. Join the conversation as Christina features successful individuals from various industries who share their insights on health, wellness, makeup, and the keys to their success. So now, please welcome the host of I'm Too Busy, Christina Flack. Hello, I am Christina Flack, and welcome to I'm Too Busy. Today, I am really excited to interview Axel Chico. He is a Mexican-American content creator and actor who has made significant strides in the beauty, lifestyle, and fashion industries. With 16.5 thousand followers on TikTok, Axel has collaborated with prestigious brands including Coach, Laura Mercier, Giorgio Armani, and Liquid IV. What's particularly impressive is that Axel has been working in the commercial space since the age of 10, bringing over a decade of experience to his craft. Recently, he finished working on a movie called I Hate Pirate, scheduled to release on Amazon Prime in early 2026. He will also appear in the highly anticipated Netflix documentary, Bad Influence, releasing April 9th, 2025. Welcome, Axel. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's just dive into your life. I'm so excited to hear about you. So you have been in the entertainment industry since you were 10 years old. What inspired you at such a young age into your career?
Well, I obviously, grew up watching TV, obviously, and I always really felt a connection to it. And it seemed something, so fun, obviously. But, it was something that I'm like, maybe I could be good at this. Maybe I should pursue it. And I am so thankful to have the support of my parents. And I, did it. And it's been amazing. And I really, really enjoy it.
What was the first job that you got when you were 10?
First job was it was a commercial for it was like background commercial for Colgate. I wasn't like the main star of it, but I was like in the commercial. So that was my first job.
So have you had an agent since you were 10?
Yeah, yes, not the same one, but yes, I have had an agent since I was 10, yes.
So you were basically just doing commercials when you were in the last 10 years, or what other projects have you done?
Yeah, so I did commercials, and then obviously I was still enrolled in regular school. So it was mostly when, something would come up. I wouldn't say, unlike other colleagues, I was at that age actively searching. So but I've done some commercials. I've done collaborations with other TikTokers, YouTubers. I've been in YouTube videos with people that have, like over 10 million subscribers. So I've done that. And then recently I just did this supporting role on this movie that'll be out on Amazon Prime. And then just finished I finished filming last April for my documentary that I'll be a part of, and it's coming out in a couple weeks.
How exciting. Are you doing a bunch of press for that?
I am trying to, yes, I am, yeah.
Can you explain the philosophy behind your social media presence and what your personal brand stands for?
Yes. So I would say my philosophy is always to be real, to present myself as true and honest to the public and my followers, and just everyone that comes across my content as real and live, like I said, real and live as I can be. I don't like to fake things, or a lot of the stuff online really isn't as true as it's portrayed as. So I just like to keep it real. That's what I say all the time. And my personal brand, is just to be honest, be real, be truthful. I love to support others. I love to be inclusive to everyone.
I love that. How has your Mexican American heritage influenced your approach to content creation and acting?
Yes, well, I mean, it's definitely influenced it because there's a lot of not only Mexican American, very successful content creators, but very successful Mexican content creators. I believe the top third person, most followed person on TikTok is a Mexican TikToker. So there's definitely the American side of TikTok, and then there's a huge Mexican side of TikTok as well. So I get inspiration from the trends they're doing, the videos they're doing, kind of the content that seems to work for them. And I've noticed that a lot of Americans as well have kind of landed on that side of TikTok, you can say, and try and work it in their content as well. And I think that's the perfect fit because then for fellow Mexican Americans like me, that's like amazing because it's like kind of Mexican content, but it's in English or stuff like that.
Mi abuela es de Veracruz.
Oh wow, sí, mis
Mm.
padres son de Guanajuato.
Ah, súper bien, muy bien. ¿Hablas español in tu social media or es puro en
Sí,
inglés?
a veces sí hablo en español, depende, pero sí he hablado en español en mis redes sociales, sí.
And what about in your acting career? I'm going to continue in English because
Yes,
I don't know how everyone's going to understand us.
yes.
Um, do
And
you
my
have you had roles that are in purely in Spanish or have you worked in Mexico at all?
I have not, unfortunately. I actually recently was talking to my mom about maybe there's a like I believe it's like a 3-year school program in Mexico City for Televisa, which is like the biggest network in Latin
Just
America.
it's probably
Um,
one of the biggest in the world, actually. I mean, I've
yeah,
heard that Televisa
yeah,
is like the biggest in the entire world. It's
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, and I know they even they do Univision here as well, which is NBC, so it's very very big. I'm still thinking of that. It would be a commitment because I have to move there. I love Mexico City, so probably it wouldn't. It's not
It
really that.
wouldn't be the worst place to be. Mexico City is
Yeah.
just magical.
Oh yes, yes. I love it. Seriously, I yeah, love it so much. So I'm thinking of that. Unfortunately, I have not here in the U.S. or in Mexico had any Spanish speaking roles or anything like that. But it's something that I am actively on the look for, and it's something that I really think it would go really well for me, and something I would really enjoy doing.
I agree. It hasn't happened yet. It will happen
Not
very
yet. It will
soon.
happen, but yes, not yet.
Yes. What were some of the biggest challenges of building your brand across multiple platforms and industries? Have you found that to be challenging?
Yes, definitely. A big challenge would say is being consistent with your content and not being, well, kind of. I mean, finding the motivation to keep on posting, I would say, is definitely a struggle because you see these other content creators and then their videos are doing amazing. And it's definitely, it's not, I wouldn't say it's not jealous or anything, but it's kind of like, wow, you kind of feel a little down that maybe your videos just aren't getting the views or the likes, and you feel you're putting in the same, if not even more effort. But
Hmm.
definitely, then definitely comes a video that goes viral, and then it just, you just get the motivation and the inspiration to
Right. It's like almost at the point where you're about to stop
yeah,
and then something great happens.
exactly.
It's so challenging. I'm in the same boat you are because I'm a makeup artist
Yeah,
and I have my show, but it is so challenging constantly trying to figure out the algorithms and what's going to work and what's not.
yeah.
What do you find to be what is the latest trick that you've learned with any of these algorithms?
Latest trick I would say is to post consistently, and for me, what's worked is posting between 11 a.m. Until 2 p.m. I know other people that have this one friend of mine. She had 7.3 million followers on TikTok. Unfortunately, her account got banned. That's another story, but
Oh my God, I want to hear that.
yeah, that's super interesting. And it was her and her mom, and they managed to build it up so high. And they would always tell me, post whatever time you film it at. So if you film the TikTok at 2 a.m., post it at 2 a.m. I've heard that from them. That for me personally has not worked. So I think it's maybe like a specific sort of content or something like that. But for
Hmm.
me posting 11 a.m. through 2 p.m. has usually made the videos get more views and do better.
That's interesting. You seem to have balance both in the fashion content and your acting roles. How do these different creative outlets complement each other?
Yeah. Well, I think they complement each other because, obviously for fashion, what do you see in acting and stuff? I always look at the outfits. I look at the fashion, I look at the trends, I look at the jewelry.
Hmm.
That's something I really like. In the fashion industry, there's a lot of actors, a lot of stuff like that, and it's kind of I feel like if you like and you enjoy fashion, you want that to be portrayed and you want to show that off, and what better way than acting or an acting project or something like that.
Hmm. What makes your content different from other creators in the beauty, lifestyle, and fashion space, do you think?
I try and make my content be unique and stand out by, like I said earlier, just being me and maybe not so,
Genuine.
yeah, genuine, maybe not so heavily edited, unlike, other creators. And I do like that, like, very edited content. I can't see why people are drawn to it. But it's not only is it a lot of work, but I just feel like the audience should be able to connect with you. And I find it hard. I find it harder to connect with content that's so perfect and so just doesn't
AI
feel
driven,
real.
right?
Yeah, AI
Yeah.
driven, definitely, yes.
Right. Can you tell me about your most memorable brand collaboration to date? Like, which is
Yes.
the one that's meant the most to you?
Yes. I would say most memorable and has meant more to me would be with Liquid IV. I've been an ambassador for them for 2 years, and they're always so amazing. They send me so much product. It's truly a blessing. But they invited me to their Coachella party they were a part of for Neon Carnival, which is very very I would say you can say exclusive, and it's something people always want to get into. And
Hmm.
they invited me. They helped me do content there with them at their station, their pop up. It just truly meant a lot. They were all so nice to me and just made me
Oh,
feel
I love that.
included. And yeah, it was very very fun, very memorable.
So tell me, how did you get these collabs with Coach and Laura Mercier and Giorgio Armani? Tell me about those. What were those like?
For Coach, a friend of mine, she was a photographer for them for many years, and she posted me on their page, and they seemed to like me and the content. So then they reached out to me, which was so
That
amazing.
must have been so exciting for
It
you.
was. It really really was. Yeah, I've always loved that brand. Definitely liking fashion. I feel like Coach is a staple, and I'm definitely a consumer. I was and still am. And then Laura Mercier and Giorgio Armani, that was through my agent,
Oh my God. So your agent is your acting agent,
acting agent, and
or
I
do you,
have a social media like management agency. Mm.
right? How do you balance being both a creative content creator and pursuing serious acting roles?
Yeah, well, that's definitely a hard balance, especially now with you're hearing these directors and producers don't want like these influencers to be on stuff. But what I find to be a balance is also you can make content about acting, like behind the scenes being on set, behind the scenes
Hmm.
like get ready with me to go do a commercial to go shoot this. I think that's something that directors would like to see stuff like that. So that's kind of like where I find a balance is kind of trying to include, but both into either social media or acting.
How important is self-care to you? And what are a few things that you do that you can share with me that help you to keep, balance and that you feel good? Because, you're an actor, you're a content creator, you've got to like look, people aren't going to believe anything if you're not looking healthy and happy and rested.
Yes, definitely. Well, recently, I mean, a big thing for me that I definitely, being transparent as well. I have lost a lot of weight, and that's, definitely a part of self-care for me. I've realized I didn't used to really, think or understand that, but now I've definitely realized it is a part of self-care and self-love. So going to the gym, staying active, stuff like that. It's definitely is a part of a healthy lifestyle that I've learned to adapt and embrace and love, as well as taking a vacation, spending time with your family, stuff like that. I find that to be a big, part of my self care, definitely.
What was your last vacation?
Cancun.
Oh, nice. Did you love
Yeah.
it? Was the first time you were there?
I did. It was the first time I was there, and I did love Cancun. Yeah, definitely want to go back soon.
Tell me a little bit about your weight loss program. How much did you lose, if you don't mind sharing? And what
For sure.
tips did you have for losing weight?
Yes. So, like I said, being honest and transparent, I did lose weight on Wegovy, which is like the form of Ozempic.
Hmm.
Um, I lost about it's been like about 100 pounds now.
Oh
Um,
my God, that's remarkable.
yeah, it's been a lot.
Feel totally different?
I do feel totally different. I still am looking to lose more weight. And it's all been in like a year, so it's actually,
Wow.
not here with your audience. I didn't used to think that was really possible because when I was younger, I would go to the gym with my mom, but I would always just get so discouraged after 2 weeks and just like would totally leave it, and I wouldn't see any progress in 2 weeks, which makes sense, obviously. But now I understand that, but I didn't before. So, if you have the option through either your insurance or to pay it out of cost, I would definitely, if that's something you're wanting to do, I would try it definitely. And yeah, that's been a really, really big like help and definitely a blessing that I was able to discover and, be put on that.
What got you to the point that you decided to like go on a program like that?
I I mean, at the time, it's pretty crazy. Honestly, I didn't really care about my weight, and it sucks now that I think I realized at the perfect time because I still am very young. So I'm happy I didn't realize it when I'm like, much older.
No,
I
because it really does affect
Mhm.
your health and
Yeah,
your.
it definitely does. I mean, I would have like obviously like a harder time like going upstairs or long walks. I wouldn't like to go on long walks, which is, I'm in LA a lot and it's like let's say going to Santa Monica. I would literally tell my friends, I don't want to go to Santa Monica. Let's go to Venice because Santa Monica is such a long walk to the actual water. So it's like hilarious, but it's like, it's like small things like that. And my mom definitely would always be pushing me about it, which I'm so thankful for. And a friend of mine, she told me she lost a lot of weight on it as well. So I had gone to the doctor. I got a checkup, and then he's like, you need to do something about your weight. And I was like, no, I don't. Like, I don't want to. Blah blah blah. Then my friend told me,
What was your
oh,
hesitation?
it was, I thought I was okay. I thought I didn't need it. Because you're always like on social media as well. Especially now, you see a lot of oh, you're fine as you are. You're okay. You're confident. You don't need to lose weight. You don't need to be skinny. Which obviously, if you're a plus size person, like I still am, you are perfect and you are great. But for me, it wasn't more about looks. It was more about your health. So that for
Definitely.
me was my health. It was definitely, yeah.
So tell me about the process. You got the first shot?
Mhm.
Did you feel like, did it make you feel ill? Did it diminish your, cravings for food? And like, what did you change in your diet?
Yeah. So I did have some side effects. Definitely like the first month was I was very tired.
Hmm.
I would be very tired, like weak. I would be sleeping more. I mean, I did get some like stomach pain from from time to time. It's
Hmm.
nothing you can't control, nothing manageable. Yes, definitely cravings did reduce. I would just eat what I needed to eat, which is what I think we all should do. But unfortunately, like
Exactly.
that's not really our mindset now, which sucks. But I would just eat what I need to eat and be more active. I definitely so being honest, in the beginning, I didn't make a whole lot of changes to my diet because I did always hear and see people would say it's all about the calories. So they're like, you can either decide, if you're gonna eat 1,200 calories a day, you can eat those 1,200 calories in pizza, which it's just gonna be like one meal, or you can eat them in like a healthy breakfast, a salad for lunch, something healthy for dinner.
Hmm.
So in the beginning, I would just stick to the foods that I always ate and just would eat like less of them, obviously, and what I wanted to. And I did still manage to lose most of the weight on that. A few months ago, I started going to the gym. I definitely am eating a lot healthier, a lot cleaner now, more greens, more vegetables, more proteins.
And have you noticed that the weight's coming off faster or that you're feeling different?
Yes, weight is coming off faster because of the exercise as well. But definitely feel a lot more good inside, like healthier, more
Mhm.
active, more, yeah, yeah. My skin has improved a lot.
I was just
Um,
going to ask about your skin because your skin looks beautiful.
Thank
And
you.
has it changed a lot?
It has definitely, I did have like more pigmentation on my skin. It wasn't more dry, just not healthy. Now obviously I use, self-care like moisturizer and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
it not naturally, just by the diet and by, eating healthier, it definitely has improved. It's a lot more, it seems a lot more, nourished, yeah, just better overall.
What about water intake? Before you went on your diet, were you drinking much water or were you drinking
No. Yeah,
you
I was not drinking a lot of water. And definitely, so I was always a big soda drinker because, as Mexicans, we do drink a lot of soda, and it was just normal to me, like, but from like a little child, I was always drinking soda. But when I just started on the Wegovy, that was one change that I did make. I really stopped soda and just would do water or sparkling water because,
Mhm.
I felt like I kind of needed the carbonation still, and sparkling water, was perfect for that. Now I am definitely trying to drink a lot of water throughout the day, and that as well for when I'm exercising makes me feel much, much better. I can definitely tell if I drink just soda and like barely any water. If I go to the gym, like I have a little bit of a harder time versus I'm like well hydrated and I feel much better.
Right. I always say that, like, I used to love Diet Coke and I call it liquid Satan, but
Yeah,
I completely agree with you that the the mineral water,
yeah,
there's something in the gas that, like, in
right.
the bubbles that I could, like, I was like, oh, that's what I missed. It wasn't really the soda so much. It wasn't the flavor. It was more the bubbles. And did you find that as well?
Yes, I definitely definitely did. Yes.
It's so funny. So, how much changes in your diet do you plan on? Are you plan on doing any more changes with your diet or your workout routines? I mean, do you have you set up goals for yourself?
Yeah, so I want to start meal planning. Right now, like I said, I am eating healthy, but it's more like I'm not really like planning it. I want to start meal planning it and having exactly what I want to eat for the week.
Hmm.
Um, I want to do that. I think I would be at a great weight point if I do lose like another 50 pounds. That's when I would, be considered good for my height. Because I am 6 foot tall. So I would be happy and content with that. And obviously, something I have been telling myself and been telling others is I kind of want to make the gym just a part of my lifestyle and not leave that.
Right.
And just even when I am at that point, obviously you have to maintain it still with the medicine and with the exercise, and that's something that I want to do.
So do you incorporate weights and cardio, or do you go to Pilates or yoga? What types of
Mhm.
workouts do you like to do?
Yeah, so I started initially just doing cardio, and now I am doing both weights and cardio. Like a bench press, like all that stuff. Yeah, not so
That's
much of the weight because I've never been good with a lot of weight, but I am doing it. Not as heavy. I mean, yeah, but I am.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do it at a heavy weights, but
Right.
it is incredible. And
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard that it really helps to keep the weight off is
Hmm.
incorporating the weights with it. And
Yeah.
Pilates is so good for core and strength and the yoga. I don't know. I find it helpful to like mix up my workout routines.
Mhm.
Like one day I'll do a hike or a run, and then I'll do like I'll go to Pilates, I'll go to yoga because I just feel like I need to be constantly shocking my body because I also
Yeah.
get bored like doing the same
Right.
workout all the time? Do you find
Yeah.
that?
I do, and actually, I've been looking into doing like starting a yoga class or Pilates. So that's definitely something
Mhm.
I hope to start soon.
I am so proud of you. That is really an amazing accomplishment. And you're just going to have, I know, a healthier, happier life when you're, you know, at a healthy weight. It really is got nothing to do. I mean, obviously we're all visual people, but it really is you feel better about yourself because you're not tired and you know you're going to have so many more different experiences because you're willing to take that walk to Santa Monica now that you had,
Exactly. Yes.
right? That's
I
great.
and one thing I do want to say is for people losing the weight, 'cause that's something I never really did myself is, and I know some people do. Some people I feel like stop living their lives when they're losing the weight. And I never really did that. So it's like when I still was like bigger, but I was still, with my doing the medicine and going to the gym, I would still go on a trip. I would still do, do fun things. And I feel like that really helped me not lose motivation, was still doing
Right.
stuff.
So you had balance in your life. And
Yes,
how
definitely.
do you reward yourself after like every 25 pounds or
Not really. I haven't really done that actually. Yeah, I
I would
should.
like when I was, I have 5 kids. And so
Mhm.
every time that I'd have one and I was losing the baby weight, I would buy myself a new pair of jeans. They weren't like expensive jeans, but they were
Right.
just like a new pair of jeans every time I got down to a smaller size. It
Mhm.
just felt good to like acknowledge that I'd lost it and wear something different because I felt like I was constantly wearing the same, leggings that I would
Well,
be wearing all the time.
right. I mean, and now that you mentioned that, I guess I would say yes, clothing definitely. Yeah, shopping for clothing definitely. I went to the store the other day and I fit in these jeans that I'm like, I literally in my head was like, no, like don't even try them on. Like, they're not gonna fit because it's
And
just
they
like,
did.
and they did, and it was such a small size.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
that's so great. Have you documented this on your social media? Like, do your followers, I mean, do you talk about it in your social media on TikTok? And
So people have asked me or made comments, and I reply and I'm truthful. But I haven't like really documented it or made videos about it. And kind of for me, like I don't know, but this may be just my mentality. I feel like focusing too much on it, kind of what I was saying, like with the still go around trips, we're still doing that. Kind of not focusing too much on it. I feel like has helped me lose so much weight because I feel like if I would have
you
like
don't feel the pressure? Do you feel like it would
right,
have been too much pressure?
it would have been too
Yeah,
much pressure,
get
or I
that.
think I myself would have obsessed with it too much that I would have like kind of like I don't know, just no, I don't know. It wouldn't have worked if I would have done it that way. But I
No, I
think
think
yeah,
I agree with you. I think that would add a lot of pressure to feel like you're having to constantly be showing what you're doing and how you're doing it. And it would
yeah,
kind of change the trajectory of who you are as you know,
definitely.
a TikToker that you would be like, oh, okay, now I'm focusing on this. And that's not really what your focus is. Your focus is fashion and makeup and lifestyle. So I
Yeah.
totally get that. What has been your proudest moment in your career so far?
Proudest moment. Let's see. I mean, proudest moment I think would definitely be, invited to do that Netflix documentary because it's a really big thing for me, and I know people who have been, I know friends that are much older than me, and they've been in the industry for so many years, and they work so hard as well, but I guess the opportunity just hasn't come with maybe such a big company like Netflix. So that definitely would be my proudest moment is just being on that set and me being interviewed and like them doing the makeup and all that and just having like a whole crew just kind of like be on on the lookout for me and helping me with everything and doing that. I felt very, very proud, definitely. Very accomplished.
That's fantastic. Tell me a little bit about the documentary. What's it about?
Mhm. Yeah, so it's a little I don't know, a little dark I would say, but it's basically the documentary is basing on I don't know if you've heard or anything, but there's been issues now in like the teenager influencer space with parents I guess you would say like taking advantage of the kids and making them do content and stuff like that. I was friends with a content creator. She has over like 12 million YouTube subscribers. Her name is Piper
Wow.
Raquel. She's been doing it for since she was 8, I believe. She's 18 now, so she's been doing it for most of her life. And she would have a group of friends, and unfortunately, most all of us have came out and saying how her mother was a little bit abusive and would have the kids post more TikToks, or for the girls, she would have them wear revealing clothes or be more provocative. It was something that went really viral because her daughter, Piper Raquel, Pink, the singer, made a tweet, 2021, I believe, saying, "I can't believe these mothers let her 12-year-old daughter in a bikini," and that went super viral. So that's when it started getting traction. Then
Wow.
a lot of they call them the squad. So a lot of the ex squad members filed a $22 million lawsuit against the mom. So it was definitely something, very, very controversial, and something that is it's very,
Wow.
very viral right now. Yeah. So, April 9th is when it's coming out. And I know people are like messaging me like every day, like, I can't wait for it to come out. I'm like counting down the days. Yeah.
That is incredible. And does she have a relationship with her mother still?
She does. She does have a relationship with her mother. She's still living with her. It's kind of one of these cases where I mean, it's her mother. She thinks that what the mother does is normal. So she knows that she's
Well,
just
that's all she knows,
that's all she
right?
knows, exactly. So, and a very big thing people always ask me is, it's a big thing on social media. People are saying, "Oh, I can't wait till Piper escapes. I can't wait till she leaves." And I think it will come out. Like, one of the big things I am saying in the documentary is she's not going to leave, and she's not going to escape, because she doesn't think there's anything to escape of, and she doesn't think there's anything she needs to leave from. So, yeah.
So far, that could
So
change.
yeah, that could change. Hopefully it does.
Right.
Yeah.
So did they agree to do this Netflix documentary? The mother
No.
and the,
Mhm.
oh, it's just the
It's
people
based
around.
on them. It's like the true story, I guess. But yeah, I mean,
Got it.
they're since it's all public, I get, all their images and videos, and it's all on there, obviously. But they're not in it, and they're not happy about it. From what they're posting on social media. But
And yeah, I can't imagine. Can
yeah.
you tell me a little bit about your role in the I Hate Pirates and what was that experience like?
Yeah, so I was it's just a supporting role. I was friend of the um just friends with the group of the main cast. It was a very, very fun project because I already knew some of the main cast. And it was super fun to film it and just be on the set with them. And it was production was amazing. So it was super, super fun.
Where was this filmed in Los Angeles?
Yes, Los Angeles, one of the surrounding cities, yeah.
And you got that through your agent, or how did it come about?
Mhm. A friend of mine, well, the friend that was in the main cast, she is very close with the director, and they were looking for a few more people. And it's funny, I had seen it on like backstage, and I think my agent actually had sent it to me like the day before, so I didn't even have time to do the audition. And but she just recommended me to him, and that's how that came about.
I love that.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to young content creators who aspire to break into traditional media like film and television?
To not put yourself in only the social media bubble, but still keep on
Right.
looking for acting opportunities, even background opportunities, stuff like that. Get an acting agent if you don't have an acting agent. That's what I would definitely say.
Were your parents surprised that you were going to go down this road for work? Like,
Yes, definitely, definitely. Yes, I would say they were definitely surprised, but um,
but they figured out how to get you at 10 years old. They figured out how to get you an agent and
right.
get you to
Yeah.
start working. How did they know how to do that?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're gonna have to
But
ask and come back and tell me.
yes, exactly.
Because I mean, I'm in this world. Like I know what to do, but if I wasn't, I mean, I guess you go to Google and look under talent agent or something, or
Yeah, I would say I would probably that, honestly. I do remember like also going to some acting classes, so probably just contacts from that, I would say. But honestly, I really don't know how my mom managed to do it.
do you think it's like vital that people have a big social media presence with their personal life to be successful in television and film?
No, I don't actually. And from what I've heard now, it's best that some people say it's best that you don't even have a social media presence. So yeah, that a lot of people are like, oh, look at the big actors. They don't, they don't have an Instagram even. I can't think who like off the top of my head, but it's like some of the biggest
Right.
ones. So I mean, I
They
would.
already had a presence before. I think
You're
it was
right.
very different before. There wasn't, social media
Right.
wasn't such a big thing 50,
hmm Yeah,
it
I
didn't
would say it's
exist.
not vital. I would say it can help, and other people claim it could hurt.
Mhm.
Especially, if it's, I mean, I would say just don't post like risque content or stuff that could be controversial.
Right.
I would say probably, I would say that would hurt it, probably.
What are you looking ahead? What are your goals for the next 5 years, both in your creative content and in your acting?
Yes. Definitely want to, ideally would love to do, like we were talking earlier, a Spanish role on a
Hmm.
movie, on a series, anything. I would love to do that and represent my culture and my heritage. And I love Spanish. I love Mexico. That would be a really, really big thing for me.
What do you do when your day isn't flowing?
What do I do in my days I'm flowing? Relax, uh, read my Bible maybe, pray, and just calm down and just yeah, get through it.
Do you do you go out and like go hike, or do you just turn off social? Do you
Turn off everything and probably go to the gym. Yeah, probably go to the gym. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting now, like how you look at when your day isn't flowing, how perhaps then like a year ago before you
Yes.
like went on your way, how would you think you went on, what would you do when your day wasn't flowing a year ago?
Eat. Go get ice cream.
I still would do that once in a while.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe.
What's the thing that you miss the most that like, eating and stuff? Or do you treat yourself once in a while? Or is there anything that you
Yeah.
miss?
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, like, kind of now, like I am on a calorie deficit, so I would say like 1,200 a day, is
Hmm.
what I've been told is what working for me. But it's like I said earlier, it's like if I want to go and like have a Starbucks like Frappuccino right now, I know that'll be like oh well, I'll get it with almond milk, so it'll be like 250 calories. So I'll just deduct that from what I'm gonna eat, and
Hmm.
I mean I'll be fine. So I kind of do that if I do want something. I also what's worked for me is really not limiting myself so much on stuff, just kind of have less of it, or just
Right. I think that's the best because I think when you deprive yourself, then you're like, oh, I want more, I want it. So
yeah
if you tell yourself, I'm gonna have 10 sips of this frappuccino instead of the
yeah
whole thing, then at least you
exactly.
feel like you had it. Because I totally feel like with weight loss and maintaining weight, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint.
hmm
Starving doesn't work because it's just gonna make you think nonstop about it. And I think when you tell yourself that you're allowing yourself to eat or drink whatever you want, you don't sit there and obsess on it. I think you obsess on it when you deprive yourself. Do you find that?
I do definitely, and there's been times where I like, let's say for a week I am depriving myself, but let's say I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get ice cream on Saturday or Sunday. Then I go and but I have so much of the ice cream, or so it's like, it's like that didn't really work out. So yeah, I've just been trying to just have a little bit of it and just get the taste of it, but not.
What's your favorite ice cream?
I don't probably like Rock Your Road or something. I'm the type of person that I never stick to one specific flavor. I just go in like whatever looks or sounds good. I'll just have that. But
Okay, so you don't have one that's like,
no, I know other people that literally will only have either vanilla or chocolate and they won't have anything else. But I'm not really like that.
you're an equal opportunity ice cream
Yes,
taster.
definitely. Yes, exactly. I'll sample it.
I think that's a great idea. Um, what's your favorite motto or quote? Do you have one?
Mm. No, I would say for me, like a personal thing, I would be just to trust God for me, like a religious thing, and that's always seemed to lately it's been seeming to just work and kind of don't stress myself out about it and just leave it to God, and that really helps me not have so much stress or pressure,
I
and
think
and
that's
it always does
perfect.
seem to work out. So Yeah.
That's perfect. Do you manifest? Do you believe in manifestation?
No, I don't really. It's not, I don't really know too much of it. So it's not really something I do. So yeah,
Hmm. Do you worry?
of
Are
course,
you
yes,
someone that worries a lot?
yes, definitely, yeah.
I don't know. I've learned that worrying, like, because you're religious and so am I feel like worrying is like telling the universe and God that
Mm-hmm.
you'll get whatever you focus on. So I've really learned to focus on what I want, not what I don't want.
Hmm.
And if if I sit there and obsess and worry about something bad happening, that's what the universe thinks that you want. So it's
Yeah.
honestly a total, if I can give you any gift in life, it would be focus on what you want, not what you don't want, because you're going to get whatever it is you're focused on. Because it's basically praying for something bad to happen. Totally don't want that, right?
And I actually fully agree on that. And I do worry, but like I said, trust God. I leave it to God. But I know friends that are definitely they obsess with what they're worrying about. And then I feel like that thing does happen. And I've always had like that same mentality you had. Um, actually an example, I've known people who are very like scared or obsessed with not getting like, for example, like an illness or something. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's like so many people don't get it, but then they get it, and I'm like maybe because like I don't know, you like obsessed with it so much, like your brain. Because I've always also thought it's like if I like think I'm gonna get a headache right now, like I am gonna get a headache.
Your
So
mind is
yeah.
so powerful. It's insane. It
Hmm.
really is remarkable. Like during COVID, which was the worst time to me in the whole entire world,
Hmm.
I just told myself, I'm not getting COVID. Like, I'm just not going to get it. And I never got it. But
Yeah.
everyone I know that was like thinking about it and talking about it incessantly, they all got it multiple times. It just kept, I traveled more than ever. To me, it was like the cleanest time to travel. There was no one at the airports, there was no one on planes. And I just feel like you have to live your life and enjoy your life. What's
Yeah,
your,
I totally agree with that.
right? What's the best part of your life professionally and your best part of your life personally? What do you like
Best.
best about both?
Professionally, I mean, getting to work as an actor, I would say, because it is so hard. I would say, yeah, getting to work, to be on set, meeting other people, and just actually being able to show off your talent. I would say that's the best part professionally. And personally, just I mean, like right now, I'm so happy of like being able to fit in these clothes, like being able to not feel like everyone's looking at me, that's definitely like a big thing I'm enjoying right now, spending time with my family, going on vacations, having a good relationship with God, definitely would be like my personal, big personal things right now.
Do you think people treat you differently now that you've lost so much weight?
Yes, unfortunately, yes, they do. They definitely do. Kind of a big thing I said to myself is like, I'm so young. It's like, I don't want to go into a room and like have everyone like look at me or me myself think everyone's looking at me and maybe they're not.
Hmm.
So definitely they are obviously people are nicer or they just treat you normally, which it's like I just want to be treated normally. Like I don't want to be treated special,
Exactly.
but I don't want to be treated, like you know worse than anyone else. So that definitely, yeah, people do. I feel like friends and even yeah, they definitely treat you differently.
What's your dream? What would be your dream job? What do you think you would be doing if you weren't an actor? Like, what
Hmm.
did you ever think like, oh, I think I'm going to go and become
Hmm.
a doctor,
Yeah, I would say
an engineer or
probably.
something?
Yeah, I would say probably a lawyer or something in the political field.
Do you have aspirations to do that, or do you think this is going to be your career for?
I mean, being realistic, I would like to make it my career. I'm kind of giving it time.
Right.
But if not, I have thought of going into law school. Either funny enough, either here or in Mexico because it's much easier in Mexico. So yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. What have I not asked you today that you want to share?
Um, Nothing. We've covered it all,
We
I
covered
think.
everything. I
Yeah.
think we've covered so many things.
Yes.
It has been such a delight meeting you. I wish you
Yes,
nothing but success and happiness and great health, and
likewise.
keep me posted on all that you do. And I
I
look forward
will.
to watching your both your films and everything else that you accomplish. Thank you so
Thank
much for being here today.
thank you for having me. You've been amazing, and I love talking to you, and I definitely will keep you posted.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I just want to thank everyone for being here today. I am Christina Flack, and I'm too busy. See you next week.
This has been I'm Too Busy with host Christina Flack. Tune in each week as Christina approaches the concept of success holistically, recognizing that achievement is not solely measured by financial triumphs, but also by maintaining a healthy work-life balance and focusing on self-care. Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern on the Bold Brave TV network.